Radon is kind of like that 5-letter word that a lot of people just don't have a clue what it is.
Hi, I'm Shay here with KW Elite out of Columbus. We have John Sutko here with SRE Home Inspections. I believe you're based out of Omaha.
That is correct.
You do a lot of home inspections for us in Columbus and around the area. So tell us a little bit about, I guess one thing that I wanted to talk to you about was radon. Radon seems to be a topic that not many people know about. We're aware of it, but we don't really know what it is. So can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, so radon is kind of like that 5-letter word that a lot of people just don't have a clue what it is. But if you go back to physical science back in the 7th or 8th grade, it's a noble gas. So it's found on the periodic table of elements. I can't exactly remember which number it is. I think it's 220 or 218. But throughout the Midwest, there's a high concentration of uranium kind of in the ground, just from the history of evolution. When that uranium breaks down, that's what is called a half-life. So every 4.3 days or so, the uranium breaks down. The gas that is expelled from that radiation is the radon. That's what kind of comes up through the soil and enters people's houses. It's been linked to the second leading cause of non-smoking related lung cancer. So it's kind of a big deal. It's only really prevalent, it could be harmful, is if it's long-term exposure. So you really have to be living in your house for a very long period of time, kind of hunkered in the basement where the radon levels are higher, and then really not going outside. So it is an issue that's come up. The EPA has stated that 4.0 picocuries per liter, which is what it's measured in, is kind of the action level. So if you test your house and it's at 4.0 or higher, we'd recommend a mitigation system be installed. What that mitigation system can do is essentially create a suction point in the slab of the basement. Mm-hmm. With the use of a fan, draw out the negative pressure, and then it's exhausted outside the house. So that radon basically goes from the ground outside without coming inside the home.
Oh, okay.
There is no safe level of radon. However, that radon mitigation system can typically get the radon levels in the home to be less than 2.0 picocuries per liter, which is safe, but again, it's just minimizing some of the bad effects of it.
Okay, and I believe now, I don't know if this is all over, but on new constructions, there actually has to be a radon mitigation, like basically the guts for it, not the actual system, but you have to have like the hole and the piping, it goes out the top, right? Is that correct?
2019, I believe, is when Nebraska adopted having passive mitigation systems be installed, which essentially, like you said, is the gut. So it's pre-plumbed for whatever needs to happen if that house ever tested high or low. Essentially, it's all there, except all we'd have to do is just cut out the pipe, put a fan in, and plug it in, and it's good to go.
Okay.
A lot of good steps to minimize having a lot of excess fans sit outside, pipes outside. It's all kind of built in with the structure of the house, which it looks better.
So is there anything that prevents radon from getting, even on new constructions? Because people get this impression that it's just on older houses, but it's possible for newer homes too, right?
Like I said, it just depends on how much uranium is sitting underneath the soil of that house. I mean, if you look outside and you saw 3 houses, it's a flip of a coin which one has it if you haven't tested it. So house on the left could have it, middle and right could not, vice versa. So it's just kind of one of those quirky things, just depending on what's underneath the earth.
Thank you, John, for being here with me today and kind of explaining radon. It clears things up a little bit for me and hopefully a little bit more for anybody who's watching this video. If you guys found this information helpful, please be sure to follow me on any social media platform, and then also be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel.